Are you opening a home daycare or a childcare center and you're wondering, how do I set up tuition? How do I create a decent rate for my program? I'm going to share with you how you can get started, how you can determine what is a good rate for your program. One of the first things you're going to do is you're going to think about your total overall of your program. How much do you already have going out? How much will your rent be? How much are your utilities? How much do you have to pay your teachers if that's what you're going to have in your program? You're going to need to find out what do you have going out first. This is going to help you determine what you need to set your tuition rate as. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to make phone calls in your neighborhood of centers that are close to the area that you're in, and you're going to just find out how much they are charging for tuition for each age group. If this preschool is charging $150 a week for their 2 to 3 year olds, and then $160 for the children that are not potty trained, then you can take this into consideration of how you can set the rate for your program. So you want to make sure you have good documentation. Find out okay, what is the average rate? Most of the centers around you are going to kind of charge the same price. They're all going to be kind of in the same area when it comes to pricing. So this is how you will set up a decent rate for your program. Secondly, you may choose to say you need to scale up a little bit. And if you need to scale up a little bit, you need to find out, okay, what are the other centers around me? What are they offering? So then you need to find out one thing. If you want to scale up that they're not offering, and you scale up by offering something different, then maybe you can charge a little bit more for your program. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to look at your overhead. You want to write it down, what your overhead is. Then this is going to help you set up your tuition rate. Number 2, you want to find out, you want to do research in the area that you're in with the other child care centers around and find out what they're offering, find out what they're charging for the 2 to 3 year old, find out what they're charging for infants. And you write down what was the price. Okay, if you notice that 6 centers around you had the price of $150 for 2 to 3 year olds, then you can determine that I need to probably stay in the $150 range or $155 range. And then if you know you're going to offer something that they're not going to offer, and this is something that the parents need, then you can scale up to maybe $160. So this is how you will set a decent rate, a price for your program that works for you. So you want to make sure that you look at the big picture. Think about what you're going to have to pay for your teachers, how you're going to have to put in a little bit extra to put in taxes for them. So there's a lot of things that you need to look at when setting your tuition. You got to look at curriculum, arts and crafts supplies, things like that, cleaning supplies. You need to write down all of those things that were going out. You need to add that into your tuition. You need to think about that when it comes to your tuition rate. The next thing you need to consider when setting up your tuition rate, you want to think about, will you be offering food? So you want to put in the children's food as well. Another thing is, if you haven't thought about it, you can think about using the food program, which they will send you a check, and you won't get paid probably for all the money that you will put into food, but you will get some of the money back. So you can think about using the food program, and that will help you save some money as well. So I've shared with you today how you can set up your tuition rate, how you can determine what you should be charging for your childcare program. If you need more help setting up your tuition rate, more help figuring out who you need to call, how you need to call them, what you need to say, if you need help in that area, book a discovery call with me. I would love to connect with you. I've also did another video of how many children can you have in a childcare program. So until next time, bye-bye.